Hi everyone, welcome back. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be finally sharing my thoughts on Covey Skincare. So Covey Skincare is a newish brand. It launched in March and it was founded by Emily DiDonato and her best friend Christina Garcia. So a little bit about the founders. Emily DiDonato is a huge supermodel. She's appeared in Sports Illustrated multiple times and is also a huge face of Maybelline. And then her best friend Christina Garcia used to work as a Google exec. So, they both have a love of skincare and they partnered with a dermatologist to create Covey. If you were like me and you didn't know what Covey meant, it's another word for a flock of birds. So Covey's like family, the way that they put it. And it was something that I believe that they worked on for 2 years or so. So just a little bit about Covey's products. They are dermatologist tested, they are vegan, fragrance free, cruelty free, sulfate, silicone, phthalate free, synthetic dye, and essential oil free. Which honestly, of all those things, I care most about essential oil, lack of essential oils, because I think essential oils definitely break out my skin. Hypoallergenic, and it's suitable for all skin types. Right now, they do only sell through their site, which is coveyskin.com. I'm not sure if they have plans to launch in a retailer, but definitely check them on Instagram, and they pretty much keep us up to date on all that good stuff. So they worked with Dr. Rusick. So Dr. Julie Rusick, she's a board-certified dermatologist, and she's also a fellow of the American Academy of Dermatology. And basically, she was kind of like a consultant that worked with Christina and Emily throughout the process. So I really like that they brought in a dermatologist to help formulate these products, because I think it's especially harder when a quote influencer brand launches, but then you're like, yeah, you might be, an enthusiast and I trust your opinions, but then how do I know that you truly know, the ins and outs, because you're not a scientist, you're not a chemist. So I just appreciate that they took that extra step to work with Dr. Rusick. It launched back in March, and I was actually the very first order when Emily was announcing the big news about her brand on Instagram. I did a little bit of digging, found their site, and I immediately ordered the routine, which is 3 products, and that's what they launched with: a cleanser, a vitamin C serum, and a moisturizer. So I'm going to be talking about my thoughts, and I also have a lot of kind of flashback footage of me using the products so you can see the textures up close and personal, as well as you can see my skin, in natural light, as I always film in, and kind of just see what my skin looks like throughout me using it. And I used those products strictly for 2 months. I guess I will start just very briefly. I'll do a quick rundown of all the products, and kind of throughout I'll show you the flashback clips of me using the products so you can get a good idea of them. First, we have the cleanser. So this is the Covey cleanser. This is the First of All cleanser. And I did my best to match the blue. I think I did a really good job. This is actually one of my friend's old UNC shirts from college. But yeah, so this is a gentle all-in-one cleanser. It's a gel cleanser, which removes dirt, makeup, and mascara without stripping or drying your skin. Now, as you'll see in the clip I'm about to show you, it really does remove waterproof makeup, and I wear waterproof mascara all the time. That's the only mascara that I use, and it removed it really nicely. It did not dry my skin out at all, and it leaves your skin just feeling fresh and clean, but not sucked out of, it's not like your skin feels sucked out of its moisture or anything like that. So it's a really great cleanser. Okay, so I'm gonna try the First of All cleanser to remove my makeup. I have concealer, waterproof mascara, eyebrows, blush. So I like how it comes out. It doesn't come out super watery or anything like that. Alright, let's test it. Okay, doesn't sting. Ooh. It is coming off though. I really enjoy a cleanser that can remove my makeup but doesn't burn the crap out of my eyes. I think I'm impressed. Alright, let me rinse this off. Oh wow, it does work. It does. It took off my mascara. Wow. Wow, that's so nice. Okay, yeah, so the cleanser passed the waterproof mascara test very nicely. And I really just love how it makes my skin feel so nice, especially when I'm rinsing it off. My skin feels so soft. So then we have their next up vitamin C serum in this lovely blush pink that also matches kind of the pastel branding that they're going for, which I love. So this is a vitamin C serum. It has 15% vitamin C, and it's a slightly different form of vitamin C. So it's not the typical kind of orangey kind of like more watery, serum-y vitamin C's that you might be more familiar with. This is a more stable one, and in the clips you'll see that it's like a milky white consistency, and it blends out so nicely. Honestly, it's one of the best textures of vitamin C, and also because it's a slightly different form. It's not like straight up ascorbic acid or anything like that. It doesn't have like any weird smells. You know, a lot of like vitamin C's typically smell like hot dog water, like truly and honestly it just kind of smells like lunch meat, and it's kind of gross, right? So this has like no scent at all, and if there is a scent, honestly it's like so subtle, but it's like a subtle and clean scent. All of these are fragrance-free products. If you're like me, like I'm sensitive to smells in the sense that, you know, I'm able to smell if something has a fragrance, but fragrances typically don't irritate my skin that much. Yeah, so I love this one. Oops, I just dropped that. So next we have the Next Up Vitamin C Serum, and I haven't used a vitamin C serum in a hot minute. I am excited to use this though. Nice pump. So I'm going to use 2 pumps like they recommend. 1, 2. It's like a very like milky consistency. Again, no fragrance, which is great. Rub it in. Feels really nice. Yeah, definitely feels like it sinks in. It doesn't just sit on the skin, which is really, really nice. Okay. And then their last but not least moisturizer. I also love how they name the products because they're like in order, you know, first of all cleanser, next up vitamin C, last but not least moisturizer. And this is a really lovely gel moisturizer, and I typically love gel moisturizers, especially in the summertime since I do have combination skin. This one is just so hydrating and moisturizing, but not greasy at all. I love the subtle, you know, fragrance, not fragrance, you know, it just smells so pleasant to put on the skin. It's perfect when you want to use a little bit more moisturizer at night to like lock in all your skincare products, but it's also lightweight enough to wear during the day. The moisturizer wears so well under makeup. It doesn't cause any pilling or anything like that, so I really love it. So next we have the last but not least moisturizer. And I'm usually not a big fan of moisturizer in a jar just for like hygienic purposes, but I know it's a lot easier to recycle and reuse the containers if it is in a jar, so I'm fine with that. It's got the nice like little seal, and there's a ton of product on that, so that's usually what I like to use up first. No fragrance again, and then about a quarter size amount. A little bit more than that. That's about enough. And so that's what it looks like. Kind of like very jelly-like. Ooh, but feels so nice on the skin. And I know they said to use only like a quarter amount, but honestly the amount that I had might be even a little bit too much. It'll probably be good for like the nighttime, but I could probably actually use even less because I have a lot left over on my skin. So it's like a gel kind of mixed with a cream, honestly. I love the texture. I think it's a very unique texture as well. I'm curious how it will sink in. It's like kind of greasy at first, which I think is kind of natural for like a lot of just like moisturizers that are gel based. So even though it is fragrance free, it has like a very light, like a light scent, but it's like super pleasant. It's like, I don't know, plants or something like that. Alright, I just wanted to hop on really quick so you guys could see my face. So the moisturizer does dry down. It just takes a little bit, but my skin still feels super soft. It's actually still super glowy as well, and it gets really dry in the night, so I'm really impressed. And don't mind my retainer, but I think it looks really, really good, so I'm very excited to continue using the routine. And yeah, I'm gonna hop in the shower and then apply all the products and all that jazz after the fact. So yeah. Sorry. It's just a very nice gel moisturizer, so yeah. I think they nailed it with the packaging. I love pastels, first of all, and yeah, I'm just obsessed, so I love it. Let's talk about pricing. So I would say this is definitely more mid-luxury. You know, it's not gonna be as expensive as, say, like, I'm trying to think what's super expensive. Like Tatcha's pretty expensive, you know, like some more of like the super luxurious skincare brands that you can find like Sephora and things like that. But this is not going to be like your super drugstore friendly prices either, if you know, if that makes sense. So the First of All cleanser is $29. I think it's great, and honestly with this one you don't necessarily always need to double cleanse, which I find really nice. So I think $29 is really good. Oh, and another thing which is so nice, all these products are under the 3.4 fluid ounces or less, so you can easily travel with them. I have traveled with this. just be careful, like, because sometimes the cap does leak a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll put this in a Ziploc bag and then put it in my, like, you know, bathroom bag, just in case if it does leak, it doesn't get on like any other stuff. So just kind of like bear that in mind. Oh, I just love how well it matches with my shirt. So yeah. And then the vitamin C is 1 fluid ounce, very typical for vitamin C's. This is, I believe, 49. I'm gonna double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's 49. Oh, I lied. The next up vitamin C is $59, not $49. And then the next, last but not least, moisturizer is 49. So this is 49. Anyways, yeah. 49, it's a little bit hefty, but honestly, you can use this as your morning and night, which is really nice. And I want to say these lasted me, I think easily 2 months. Yeah, and I was using everything, you know, morning and night. And actually, I still haven't run out of the cleanser, which has been really nice. So yeah. And if you do want to try the whole set like I did, it's cheaper just to buy the whole Covey routine. It's $122 versus $132 if you bought everything separately. And also if you buy the full routine, you also get free shipping, which is nice. I haven't compared the shipping cost, but I can look that up and I'll put it somewhere on the screen so you know how much it is if you just want to pick up, you know, 1 or 2 products and don't want to commit to the whole set. Yeah, all right, so we talked about pricing. Let's talk about customer service, because, you know, customer service, especially in a startup brand such as this, is so important. And I think building that community is something that Covey has done a fantastic job of doing. So because they are such a new brand, it's mostly Emily and Christina, you know, themselves. You know, when they initially launched back in March, they did do like all the packaging themselves. I believe they might have a social media person now helping them, but yeah, it's a very small team. I love, unfortunately I don't have the packaging, but if you follow my Instagram, I did an unboxing reels so you can see the minimal packaging comes in, which I really love. They don't mess with like outer packaging because honestly things like that aren't truly necessary, and I think that helps like cut down on waste and everything like that. So yeah, definitely check out my Instagram so you can see that reels if you're curious what the packaging looks like. Truly, I think these two are just like some of the best founders. You know, call them influencers if you want, but they're already established in, you know, their respective careers before they came together for this business venture. And I really admire that, that they just, you know, decide to use their passion for skincare and beauty and launch Covey together. They're doing a lot of work with smaller influencers, and I actually reached out to work with them. So they were kind enough to send me a whole other set. So I have 2 of everything. So that's why I was using it for quite a few months, and that's how I feel confident in giving, you know, my full review on all the products and everything like that. I do have a second cleanser, but I gave it to my friend to try out, so that's why I don't have it with me. Basically, they sent me the full Covey routine in exchange for a couple of photos to post on Instagram, on their Instagram page, and as well as just like a video of me walking you through my routine. So I would love it if you would go check it out on their Instagram. I think it's so cool to see myself on a brand's Instagram. So yeah, I was so excited. So you really never know. And I could talk about working with brands being like a smaller, you know, influencer type of person. You never know, you know, brands are definitely, they have the budget, or, you know, you can do a lot of gifted stuff. So anyways, I'll talk about all that in a different video because I think that would be cool. And I love learning things like that anyways. So if you are curious, give this video a thumbs up and let me know if I should make that video. Yeah, I love their customer service. I think Emily's a freaking sweetheart. She actually follows me on Instagram, and whenever she likes my posts, I just get a little bit like that much excited because I'm like, what? And Christina also follows me, so I don't know, I think they're great. I admire them so freaking much, and I'm really excited to see what Covey launches next. I want to say their next launch is going to be some merchandise. So they've been teasing, I'll show you, they've been teasing like baseball caps, super cute like white caps with like blue, the Covey blue embroidered that says Covey. And I love that it's minimal, but also Covey just, you know, kind of conveys that whole meaning of, you know, a small flock, you know, just like your friends, your family, this community. I think what they're doing is fantastic. You know, you can tell when a brand is like trying to like focus on their community and their consumers rather than just selling the most of X amount of product, which of course, you know, at the end of the day, you know, a brand is a business, but I just appreciate that you can tell the hard work that goes behind Covey and how close to home it is for the founders. So I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna roll any excess footage that I haven't already showed everybody. You can really see my skin. So yeah, so one thing I've truly noticed while I was using just strictly Covey products is how clear my skin was. So typically I don't really break out, fortunately. Even though I have like somewhat sensitive skin, I really only break out around, you know, that time of the month and things like that. But honestly, from March through, I wanna say I used these products through June. Yeah, March, April, May. yeah, through June, so about 4 months of just, strictly using Covey, I didn't have like a single pimple, I believe. Hey everyone, don't mind my bangs, I need to style them, but I just want to show you what my skin looks like with nothing on it. And I've been using Covey since I got it. I think it's been about almost 2 weeks now, but I've only been using the cleanser, the vitamin C, and then their moisturizer. And then I've been using my Core Organics Noni eye oil, but other than that, that's the only skincare products I've been using. But yeah, I think my skin looks really good, and I did wash it with the cleanser this morning, but I don't know, I feel like my skin's been looking really good. I haven't had any more breakouts. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see what it'll end up looking like after I've been using it for a full month. All right, hi everyone. I just want to show you my face with just the Covey skincare and my SPF on. So I've been using it since the brand launched at the beginning of March. And as you can see, my skin looks very glowy. I've been pretty okay when it comes to breakouts, which has been really nice. So that's my skin in just the direct sunlight. Oh, I forgot to talk about my favorite products. So of the 3 products, while I love them all, I will say my favorite product would be the cleanser, honestly, because I typically double cleanse, but with this one I don't always double cleanse, and I like that because sometimes you're super tired and you don't want to double cleanse, but you still want to make sure all your makeup is off. So I'll just go in twice with this. So yeah, I guess it's also double cleansing, but I'm not, when I mean double cleansing for myself, it's like using a separate oil-based moisturizer or cleanser, but I don't have to do that with the first of all cleanser. So if you're not sure which product to try first, I would try this. I think you'll be super, super impressed with the formula. I know I am. And it really does last you a long time, even though it's, 3.4 fluid ounces, which might seem small for a cleanser, but it'll take you far. And then the next one, I would say get the moisturizer. I love the moisturizer, and I've tried other gel-based moisturizers, and I think honestly this one definitely performs just a little bit better. Part of it is because it's fragrance-free, and then also part of it is it just melts into your skin so nicely. And I just wake up and after really lather on a nice layer at night, my skin just looks and feels so nice. So love that. And then of course, I love the vitamin C. Yeah, $59 is a little bit priced even for me. Vitamin C is not one of those ride or die products that I always have in my skincare routine. I do try to have some kind of morning serum. I always have a retinol, and then that's about it. And then everything else is just cleanser, moisturizer. Yeah, but if you've been looking for a new one and you're tired of your hot dog water smelling vitamin C's, definitely try this one, 15%. It's really, really nice. None of these products have broke out my skin at all. So you can really trust the claims of it being suitable for all skin types. I'm a huge fan of Covey. I'm very excited. I feel like they have a sunscreen in the lineup potentially, but sunscreens, if you're not familiar with, they take a very long time to formulate and get approved by the FDA. I'm not sure when that'll launch. Keep an eye out. I'm so excited to see what the brand's gonna go next, and you bet that I will be getting the Covey cap as soon as it's for sale because I love baseball caps. Thank you so much for watching. I try to provide as much information as possible so that if you're curious about the brand, the products, the customer service, I hope that I answered all of your questions so that you can decide for yourself if you want to try the brand or not. I've been a huge fan of Emily for a while now. I can see the hard work. It's not just something that she put her name on. No, you can tell her and Christina just worked so hard, and I love it when you can really see the passion behind brand founders and owners. So yeah, this was a bit of a long video, but that's why I'm here. I want to make sure that I can help you make the best shopping decisions, whether it's skincare, makeup, hair care, whatever it is you're interested in, and all that good stuff. So I will see everyone in my next video, and thank you again for watching. Bye everyone.